Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so you know how sometimes ordering coffee just feels, well, complicated?
Uh-huh. Like a whole different language sometimes.
Exactly. Well, one of you actually sent in a whole bunch of notes, coffee types, how to order, even those flavor words. So today we're going to unpack all of that.
Yeah, the mission is basically to decode it all. Make that next coffee run feel a lot smoother for you.
Think of it as your quick guide to coffee confidence.
And hey, if you find this kind of breakdown helpful, making sense of everyday things,
Yeah.
maybe consider subscribing.
Oh, good point. Yes, subscribe to the Book Talkers Podcast YouTube channel if you like this stuff. We do these deep dives regularly.
Definitely. Okay, so where do we start?
Let's start with the foundation. Espresso. That strong, concentrated shot. That's the heart of so many drinks, right?
Absolutely.
Ah.
And the simplest variation is probably the Americano. Just add hot water to the espresso.
Right. Dilutes it, makes it more like a regular cup, volume-wise.
But then things get interesting when milk comes in. That's where the main differences lie for many popular drinks.
Okay, like the latte. What's the key there?
Well, a latte is mostly steamed milk. You get your espresso shot, maybe two, then lots of smooth steamed milk, and just a tiny layer of foam on top. Very milky.
Got it. Smooth, milky. Now compare that to a cappuccino.
Ah, cappuccino. Think balance.
What?
It's traditionally like equal thirds, 1 part espresso, 1 part steamed milk, and 1 part airy foam.
So that foam is much more prominent than in a latte.
Exactly. It's got a lighter, more textured feel because of that foam layer.
And then there's the flat white, which always seems to trip people up. How's that different again?
The kind of between the two, but with less foam. So espresso, steamed milk, maybe a bit less milk than a latte, some say, and then just a very thin, sort of velvety layer of microfoam. Really smooth, not bubbly.
Okay, less foam, more integrated. Makes sense. What about a macchiato? That sounds smaller.
It is. Macchiato means marked or stained in Italian. So it's primarily espresso, just marked with a tiny dollop of milk or foam. Just a hint.
So espresso forward, definitely.
Very much so. And if you want something richer, more indulgent,
That's got to be the mocha, right?
you got it. Basically a latte, but with chocolate syrup or powder mixed in. Coffee and chocolate, classic combo.
Yum. Okay, but not everything starts at the espresso. You mentioned cold brew in the notes.
Right, cold brew is different. Coffee grounds steeped in cold water for a long, long time, like 12, 24 hours.
And that makes it.
Generally smoother, less acidic tasting than coffee brewed with hot water. A lot of people find it easier on the stomach.
Interesting. And then plain old iced coffee.
That's just regular brewed coffee, cooled down and poured over ice. Simpler, often a bit more traditional coffee flavor, maybe more bitter or acidic depending on the brew.
Okay. Oh, and one more fun one, affogato.
Ah, yes. That's dessert territory. A scoop of vanilla ice cream or gelato
Uh-huh.
with a shot of hot espresso poured right over the top. The contrast is amazing.
Okay, I need to try that. Now, ordering, single or double shot, that's just the espresso amount.
Yep. How much espresso kick you want? 1 shot or 2, standard stuff.
And you can ask for extra hot.
Totally. Or decaf if you're avoiding caffeine. Skinny usually means they use skim or low-fat milk.
Right, and the non-dairy options are huge now. Almond, oat, soy,
You just got to ask what they have.
and then the basics. To go or takeaway.
It means you want it in a paper cup to leave.
Versus for here,
It means you'll drink it in the cafe, probably in a proper mug.
simple enough. Customizations like sugar.
Yeah, no sugar
Right.
with sugar, or specify how many packets. And sometimes you can get fancy with whipped cream on top.
Always a good option. Okay, last bit. Those flavor words. Bold, smooth, bitter.
They just help describe the taste and feel. Bold is strong, intense. Smooth is, well, not harsh, easy drinking. Bitter is that sharp tang common in darker roasts.
And nutty, fruity, earthy. Those are about the bean's natural flavors.
Exactly. Where it grew, how it was processed and roasted. Some coffees genuinely have notes of nuts or berries or even, an earthy quality. Acidic isn't bad. By the way, it means bright, tangy, like citrus.
Ah, good clarification. And creamy.
That's usually about the texture, especially in milk drinks. But some black coffees can have a creamy mouthfeel too.
Okay, wow. That actually clears up a lot. So, quick recap. Espresso's the base. Milk and foam make a huge difference. Ordering terms help you customize.
And those flavor words give you clues about what you might like.
Yeah.
Hopefully this makes that whole coffee menu feel less like a test.
Definitely less intimidating. So thinking about all this, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Like that.
Well, with this info, what new coffee might you be tempted to try next time? Maybe something you wouldn't have ordered before.
That's a great question. It made me thinking about those flavor words like, are you feeling something bold and nutty or smooth and fruity? Might help you choose.
Yeah, it makes it more of an adventure.
Exactly. And look, if you found this kind of quick breakdown useful for getting your head around coffee,
Then definitely think about subscribing to the Book Talkers Podcast YouTube channel.
right? We do this kind of thing often, taking topics and
Mm.
just, laying them out clearly. We'd love you to come back for more.
Absolutely. We explore all sorts of things. So, one last reminder before we go, hit that subscribe button for the Book Talkers Podcast YouTube
Like and
channel. Don't miss
subscribe.
out.